G'day guys, Gordon from Blue Tongue Industries. Let's talk car washing, truck washing, fleet washing. We've just set up our demonstration foaming unit here in Grovedale, so we're going to be able to carry out functional demonstrations and remove the myths behind a good foaming system. So we have a 15 amp machine which is only spinning at 1450 RPM, so it's not going to work really hard at all. 2.2 kilowatt at 2300 PSI, 11 litres a minute. Hooked up with all the correct valves, guns, lances, which I'm going to run you through, and good quality soap. So we're going to clean a vehicle today, and I want to show you some basic steps and processes in how you go about foaming and removing the foam to give you the ultimate clean. So we have our valve assemblies, so our chemical suction valves. So inside that valve there's a primary and secondary nozzle, and with our gun and lance today there's also a nozzle assembly in that. So the combination of choosing your correct valves in your injector, in your lance, and depending on the hose length will allow the ultimate foam to enable you to clean that truck, car or caravan. So let's fire this particular system up and run through some basic procedures with a car wash. Let's run you through on how we foam and wash a particular, in this case, a vehicle. I wanted to talk about two key points and two key factors before we start the process, and that is avoid washing a car in direct sunlight. If we are going to wash a car in direct sunlight, reduce the surface temperature of the car or the paint by hosing it down first before we apply the foam. The second is knowing what we're actually spraying as a soap and surfactant. So certain soaps can affect polish alloys. So know what we're spraying. All the products we're using here today, the equipment, the soaps, the foams, everything from A to Z can be seen on our website at bluetongueindustries.com.au, and I'll drop links below. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and check out all our other genres and everything else that we do. So we're going to talk about a three-step process, and I'll add a fourth step into that if you have the ability to do that. So we're going to, after we've determined that the surface temperature is not too hot, or we've moved the vehicle and moved it out of direct sunlight, we're going to apply the foam. We're going to give the foam or the vehicle a good coat. We're going to then allow that to sit and dwell. So that's step one. Step two then is we're going to pressure clean the vehicle. So we're going to pressure clean in an even, consistent manner, and in doing so we're not going to remove all the foam and soap at that particular time. So that's step two. Step three is we're going to do a final rinse. So after we've done a full pressure clean of the vehicle, we're going to come back and remove all the residue foam and soap from the vehicle. So that's a three-step process. But I'll add a fourth step, and that is if you have the ability to do a final spot-free rinse with a DI or RO system, that can be your fourth and final step to help remove water spotting. So as you, or if you're not aware, all around Australia, all around the world, our local water quality does vary, and we refer to that as a TDS level. So the TDS level, parts per million, TDS, is an indication of how much crud is in our local drinking water supply. And when that water does dry on a vehicle, it can leave watermarks. So carrying out that final spot-free rinse will help avoid and remove those watermarks. So let's get into it. So 2300 PSI, 11 litres a minute. So our dual lance is a simple twist. So we're going to twist between a 15-degree nozzle, our pressure nozzle, at 2300 PSI, and then twist to foam application. So the foam application, the soap, we've got 15 metres of pressure hose, so you need to allow for that hose once we do go over to a final rinse that we are rinsing with fresh water. The pressure cleaner, we have the 15 amp, 2.2 kilowatt, does have delayed start shut off, so it's quite a deluxe setup. So when we do take our hand off the trigger, it is pressure operated. The pressure cleaning system does shut down. So if you're in the sun, as talked about, we can drop the surface temperature of the paint. When we are ready to foam, it's as simple as twisting the handle and it's applying a good even coat of foam. The 15 metres of pressure hose does take a few minutes for that water and that foam to flow through. So a good even coat of a good quality foam, car foam, which you can see, and I'll drop that link below where you guys can pick it up directly from our website. So we're then going to allow that an adequate dwell time. This vehicle's not that dirty. I can flick over, I am going to clear out that 15 metres of hose, and we're going to start to remove the foam and start to clean the vehicle. So we're going to do it in an even nature, and the key objective is not to remove all the soap. So we're going to have runoff. I'm trying 15-degree nozzle, we could go a little wider. But if I can keep my overlapping of the wand and the pressure to enable me not to miss the surface, we can go through. And evenly apply pressure to that surface. You can see the dirt running from the tyres here. So our step 2. Our step 3 is then removing that soap residue. So we're going to do a final rinse. You mightn't have removed all that soap from the vehicle when we went through and did that pressure clean. So that is our step 3. So just to recap, we applied the foam, allowed adequate dwell time, then tried as best as we could to pressure clean the vehicle. So overlapping with the pressure coming out of the nozzle to enable an even contact as we moved along the vehicle. Step 3 was removal of any residue foam, and if we had the ability, then step 4 to carry out a pure water rinse. Hope this has been a good overview on foaming, and here in Geelong we're able to carry out demonstrations and show you guys exactly the process and the chemicals and the equipment that you may need in your vehicle or fleet cleaning aspect. Check us out on the web, bluetongueindustries.com.au. Appreciate you watching, and hope to catch you on the next video.